We're just doing it. We're going to do it. We'll lower the volume on this a little. All right, people. Get the cameras up. antisocialexperience.com, the website. We shill at the beginning, always. It's just, it's part of the agenda, the program. We do have the website up there. I guess we'll switch to full screen for these fine people. And also, ASE Live Show on Facebook, at ASE Live Show on Facebook. Antisocial Experience Podcast, if you want to find our Facebook page. And you should have mic now to yourself, sir.
All right. I think I said a few things that just didn't make it on there.
That's all right. We got to censor everybody at one point or another.
True. So I'll say off the bat,
Tim's dying.
My voice is fucking thrashed. So
It sounds like it. It really genuinely does.
So Nick will be taking the lead on a lot of these, and I'll just kind of chime in with my opinions as I can. I'm all right. I just got to keep drinking fluids here.
So you went from not talking much to talking a lot.
Oh yeah. So I worked welding for a year, where like basically you can go a week and not say a word. You're behind a hood all day.
And you're back to.
And then I also took on the second job of being back to retail. So I guess well, I never really did say where, but
right.
And I never said anything disparaging. So I'm confident in that.
Very confident, yes.
But I still will refrain from saying where exactly. But I worked retail Thursday through Saturday for Black Friday, and
Black Friday has a lot of shopping.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did you deal with a lot of people?
Yeah. Cranking.
Wow.
The Thursday night when we opened, I had to we were just writing tickets. You know, like people were just coming up. What do you want? Bam. You know.
What do you want? Bam.
Bam. What do you want? Get in that line. There you go. You know. But yeah, so I went from talking almost none to talking for 3 days straight, and I was sick. So yeah. So my voice is a little bad. It was worse yesterday though.
I remember working retail for a Black Friday, and I only worked in the chemical aisle. Like I wasn't electronics or nothing.
Where were you at?
At a store, a big box store.
Big box store. Okay.
One of them big box stores, and they have a chemical aisle along with all their other electronics, sporting goods, automobile stuff.
Okay, so a real department store.
Yeah, an actual department store, and I didn't see much action in the chemical aisle.
Probably not. Nobody. I mean, people just get that whenever they need it.
Yeah, right. So,
any good deals on chemicals for Black Friday?
I mean, yeah, but no, not. I mean, that wasn't the hot item. There was no stampede, no people fighting it out.
So you were just kind of chilling back, arms crossed, relaxing.
Yeah. Plus, I worked overnight, so yeah. I mean, that's when the mob started.
But it died out.
Yeah.
Well, I worked over in state, so there was a football game yesterday, so it wasn't too bad then.
A football game?
Yeah.
Who played?
I don't know.
A Penn State game, though?
Yeah, Penn State game.
Like home game?
Home game, yeah.
Dude, some of that stuff gets nuts.
Oh, yeah, dude, yeah.
So nuts, in fact, that even when that's going on over there in State College, we see the effects here. Like, you've worked in town with me.
Yeah, like hotel room, or like we're like 20-some miles away, and hotels get booked up here.
Booked up.
Yeah,
booked up. And we are selling food. People that live here normally, they're in their living rooms. TV's on, up loud, watching, cheering.
Some people who like got the dough to throw.
Yeah.
Like have like a house or something they rent around State College, and they just keep it all year round and only just show it. Because property around State, you get a half hour out. It's not bad. You just buy a little plot with like something on it, like a little house, like a ranch, or even smaller, and bam, you're good to go, man. You just show up when there's a game. People do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a football fan.
Me either.
We've covered this before. So another thing I wanted to say too, before we get into the show, is you people that listen to the audio version, you will hear this eventually. And if you're a person that happens to catch the live stream as well as the audio version, we're getting all these countries. Like I named Malaysia, Thailand, Spain, France, just everywhere in the Eastern world. I guess I'm going to say Russia, China.
We're hitting downloads all around, man.
Yeah, downloads is as far as the audio version, and some I'm guessing for the live stream. So thank you, people. Keep sharing it if you like it.
Share it out.
Do it,
Yeah, share it out.
definitely. And that's just amazing. I never thought somebody on the other side of the world would hear anything that any of us had to say.
That's neat.
It really is. It is. I think so myself, but I'm a geek. There was that, and what was the other thing? I'll never remember it. So we're gonna go for it.
I have one thing to touch back on.
All right.
A little recap, real quick. So going back to the 2018 iPad Pro.
Okay.
I got my hands on it this weekend.
How'd you like it?
So I gotta say, I do like it. I don't think it's gonna be like a huge issue with the bending, but it's gonna happen. Like, people are gonna put it in their backpacks that are overstuffed, and it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So this is definitely one that you would a case or like Apple Care on. Like you got to protect it a little bit more if you think you're gonna be rougher on it.
I didn't think it was going to be as bad as Bendgate with the iPhone 6. Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be that severe. iPads or
Yeah, but I gotta say, I got time to play with it, and it is nice. Like, I'm looking at the base iPad for myself,
yeah.
or maybe the 10.5 Pro, but getting to play with it, considering it. So that's what I want to say. Just like come back around full circle, you know.
I tell you what, I was going to get rid of mine, and I'm glad I kept it for the little bit of art that I do with the show.
Yeah.
And the pencil works so good with it.
Okay, no, I gotta say this: if you're looking for a stylus with a tablet, it's the best in the game.
Yeah.
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 Like the Surface Pro, it has such a latency to it.
It does.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
The only way I would recommend against the iPad is if you got more dollars to throw at it, and then I would say a Wacom Cintiq.
Well, that's for like real professionals,
Artists,
though.
yeah. If you're gonna go that route,
But you can get by doing some graphic design on Pros.
no, you could do it all, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a workstation, so you're gonna have time with rendering and shit, stuff like that.
I gotta say that the new Pro. Do you know like the teraflops on the GPU, like combined like CPU GPU, what it can do teraflops now?
No.
As much as an Xbox One S.
So you got a portable device
pretty
that's
much.
competing with a.
And I was talking with our Apple dude, and we both were like, yeah, but like nobody's really gonna probably port those kind of games over to it. So, but it'll just play the games that are out there really, really well. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, that's crazy. So it's competing with a gaming console.
Yeah.
Yeah, none of them compete with PCs.
Well, I mean,
so.
that is, just raw teraflops. So, like, actual mileage may vary in, like, real world usage. But, like, it can do more of that professional work, too, then.
I had a thought, and it's about today's topic.
All right.
We almost talked about it.
We can roll into it. That's all I had to say, really, on
Right.
it. So,
iPad 2018. It's the most recent refresh, and that's the one that the Bendgate thing came out
the
on.
new Bendgate. Yeah.
The new Bendgate.
But, well, that's the thing. I saw that, and I was like, okay, it's hard to tell in the video because all you can really go off of is, like, the blood in the thumb to get an idea of the pressure that's being exerted. So you got to get your hands on it. But I will say, like, I got my hands on it. There are, like,
They're robust.
well, no. Like I said, in certain circumstances, I do see like a bend rate. In the I don't know if it'll hit 1%.
Right, but are you going to be
like,
able to hold one and like just bend it with no pressure?
Not like that. I tried. I was like, okay, no pressure, nothing's happening.
I'm going to break this iPad.
No, it's not tissue paper. But you get some force on it, and it's going to go sooner than other tablets. But you got to see how people are actually using it.
Another thing with the Apple thing, I know I talk about them. I've slammed their products, the company in the past. And funny enough, I mean, it's something maybe I shouldn't do because a lot of people are probably watching this on iPads, iPhones. You know.
Well, that's what. Like I say, I'll just call them as I see them, and then
yeah,
and then
And there's bad PC products.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, the Surface Pro, we just called that out.
Oh, horrible.
Yeah.
And not only that, anybody, I want to throw a warning out there. I may have said something about it in a live stream at one point for what I do while I'm at work at the day job. And this is specifically for the Surfaces. If you're going to go get one of those, watch out because they are not meant to be opened and worked on.
The Surface laptop, the first generation one, iFix's score of 0.
Oh, yeah. They all have poor scores. They're not. Microsoft didn't design them to be opened and stuff repaired. And
You're meant to toss it out and get another one.
yes, even if you spend over $1,000 on it.
Yep.
So have a backup solution in place if you value your data that you have on it.
And probably don't go for any of this. The Surface Go.
Don't.
Like literally, all it can do is you can take a note. You can like do the hand drawn note thing, but that's like all it's gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I think our feelings are pretty mutual.
Mutual,
Mutual.
yes, yeah.
Mutual.
Moo. Is that how cows agree?
Yeah, mutual.
Mutual, yeah.
Yo, you mutual.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
man.
I am. Yes. No, mutual for as far as ghost hunter shows.
Oh yeah, I think they're like all pumped up, and I actually saw something about. And I saw an exposed video on one on YouTube a couple weeks ago, and they like got a rabbi to come in. It was a live stream. They
Okay.
were doing it live,
All right.
and they called in like a rabbi, and he's like, I mean, yeah, we can do this. He's like, and they're like, do you believe in demons? He's like, no. And then like they were like, then they got the rabbi out of there really quick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before we get into today's topic, this ties in with it. There is while we're doing our own content, why shill somebody else's, but I always do that. If there's something I like to share it with people.
Oh, I got a couple. That's what the rabbi said. He like kind of
Yeah.
exposed that they might be scripted because he's like, well, I don't. They're like, do you believe in demons? He's like, no. And they're like, and then he says
No.
he says, yeah, I don't know how that's really going to go with your script or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they
Yeah,
just cut.
not good at all.
Yeah.
Tell them Steve Dave. I've mentioned the show countless times
It
on
is
our
a good
show.
show.
Check it out. They actually become friends with some point a real, like in real life, pastor or father. And this guy actually is part of he has had exorcism training. So yeah, they value his opinion. They have him on for a Halloween special in multiple episodes. I can't give you the numbers. I don't have it pulled up, but well worth the listen. The content is amazing. So, all right. So ghost hunters.
Yeah, I think it's mostly bullshit.
You gotta have.
I think it's bullshit. What am I saying
Yeah,
mostly for? It's bullshit.
Yeah, it's bullshit. It's goofy at best reality TV.
Yeah.
And I
that's-
understand people like it. My dad watched it all the time when he was still with us. Just the belief in supernatural.
So here, my gripe with this and like the Bigfoot shows and all that stuff is if it really happened, you would have heard about it long before that show made it to air.
Yeah.
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 Yep.
What is it called? Oh, the belief in supernatural, just ghosts. And I don't want to, get anybody mad, but like the belief in gods, that kind of ties into a supernatural thing also,
Yeah, man.
as well as not religion. But I thought of the word supernatural originally for the show for today, and I'm like, when did the belief in this stuff start? And I'm like, I don't even have a clue. So I had to look it up. And ultimately, my sources led me to I want to say this word right, Paleolithic
Paleolithic, yeah.
era. Basically, early people, caveman, cave drawings, people right before, and was it copper or bronze? What did they figure out first? Copper?
Metalworking,
Yeah, would it have been copper?
it would have been copper, and then they figured out how to add tin
Okay,
and alloy it.
right. So that was the time when, as far as recorded history, the belief
you're
in
not-
supernatural and that started coming.
You aren't going to find like sophisticated metalworking until people really start settling down.
No.
Yeah.
And just for a little bit of reference, let me throw up a full screen for people.
So I would say my opinion on the origin of supernatural belief. I'm gonna call it at one point in the Paleolithic. I think this happened in the Paleolithic, but the harnessing of fire. I'm gonna say that's when it started.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Modern hunter-gatherer groups. Okay, so here would be some of the stuff that, or yeah, not some of the stuff. Here would be people around this time when they were, learning to throw spears, using chiseled like arrowheads or spearheads. That would those type people. And I have the timeline here on the right, and I'm pretty dang far away from it. But if you go up and you look, history and prehistory, and it goes on down the line. This is real bad for reading. Prehistory before written records, practice knowing prehistory, on down the line, and then we eventually get to the Paleolithic technology, culture, and art. So these cave people. Let's get back to the main screen. At least they still have a view of it there. So these guys were doing cave paintings in that, from how I understand it. And this is when the belief in higher being, gods, and I'm sure pagan culture goes back to not long after this. Not long, I don't know.
We don't know.
Yeah, I didn't look that up. But could you imagine these guys like being spooked? They were in caves, in the woods, wherever, in their region, in the mountains, getting jump scares from noises.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they would be a little more skilled than us because
Well, yeah, I think too. Well, okay, yeah, like bad, like it was hard living and all that, but like once you're together in a group,
yeah.
you can handle a lot of shit and not really have to be worried.
Oh,
you know?
for sure.
I mean, stuff still does happen. Don't get me wrong, but
There's
I don't think it's definitely was a hard life, but I don't think it's quite as like. I don't think it's quite as hard as we think.
No.
Yeah.
And there's a few movies. 10,000 BC was a good flick. They, were took down a woolly mammoth as a group in that.
Yeah.
A girl gets kidnapped and then the guy goes after her, whatever. Still a good flick. And what was the one with Tom Cruise and they were aliens that were taken, like they were making slaves out of like cavemen type people? Battlefield Earth, is that it?
Oh, it's not Tom Cruise. That's Travolta.
Is it Travolta?
It's Travolta.
Okay.
It's a Scientology though movie. Yeah.
But yeah, there was some caveman type people that get taken by these aliens in that berserkers or whatever. I think I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
But just the whole caveman thing, the caveman aspect of it that you see in the beginning, and then what he gets back to later on, and then the 10,000 BC is kind of in line with these guys. But I don't want to say same time frame, but just trying to imagine life back then. If they're thinking they're believing that their spirit's ghosts, they don't have any way to fact check this. They're not watching reality TV.
You can only really learn by observation, and
Right.
you can only learn as far as you can observe. You aren't going to see like the nitty gritty.
Right, but I'm just saying, how do they get to the point of I think there's
Well, okay, so this was on Joe Rogan had I forget what his degree was in, but a scientist on, and he was specifically talking about like when like we came down from trees and like the doubling of the human brain and all that.
right.
And he brought up a good point, or it might have been Eric Weinstein too. That like you may not understand that like that I have a cold right now, that they're germs. You know what I
Right.
mean? But you know well enough that something's up with me,
Right.
and you're gonna think maybe it's a curse or something, But and that's gonna help you out too. That's gonna keep
True.
you from getting sick.
True.
So that's the example. Yeah.
In rough times, even back then and on forward from then, imagine if you're a good person, you're not guilty, and somebody's like, he did it, warlock, witch, or she did it, witch.
Yeah, that suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you better be able to run quick.
Yeah.
Like, no, sir. I'm glad we live in the world we do today where it's not
Yeah.
not that world. So that was my little investigation into supernatural, and to think it comes from believing in a gods. I know the pagan culture believes in the polytheistic?
Yeah,
Multiple
like
gods.
Hinduism is polytheistic.
Yeah.
There's still polytheistic religions around.
Yeah, and just where it's come from then to now, we have shows about ghost hunters that are just totally scripted and crazy, and like you said, totally pumped up. Oh, what was that? Did you hear that? Did you hear that? What was? And we got all this high end technology, infrared, thermal, and they capture nothing ever.
Yeah.
Not in every commercial. Right before it goes to a commercial break, wind it up like they found it finally, evidence, and it comes back and it's like, yeah,
They gotta hook you.
nothing. I know they got to keep people watching, but that's the biggest reason I tuned out and quit watching shows like that. The ghost hunters. Like, I love sitting and watching them with my dad, but eventually I just like,
Nah, no sir, not for
dude,
me.
they amped me up, go to a commercial, come back, and it was nothing. Just, or so-and-so was bumping around in the basement. Like, whatever. But yeah, to go from, oh, wow, what is that? What a statue.
What a statue.
Ebony? Let's find out.
Nick's gotta know.
Venus of Dolny. Some word I can't say. So obviously the statue of a nude female figure, as it says here.
Made of what?
Doesn't really say. Okay, well, hey, thanks
Hey.
for not telling me what you think it was made out of or what it is.
Yeah.
So very short article. Not a crazy topic for today, but I figured just with talking with movies and human nature, ghost hunting shows, we could expand on it a little. I don't know, crazy beliefs. Do you believe in ghosts at all?
I've never seen any proof.
even anything spiritual in your life, like
I'm not willing to like rule it out, but I've never seen any proof.
that's
Yeah.
pretty much where I stand. Like
Yeah.
I'm not. I can't fall in line with a book that many people have edited over many, many years being the actual word of God. So I don't fall in line with that. If you do, that's cool.
Yeah.
I don't call that like substantial evidence because there's a lot of other books in the world too, and some of them say some crazy, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, whose book is right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to go by books. I need something more to chew on to examine.
Something tangible.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does science have it right? Fuck, I don't know. I'm not a scientist. But I'm definitely not a caveman, and I know how to use Google. Kind of.
Kind of.
Kind of.
A little bit.
Yeah. So I'm in the chat. I don't see anybody yet.
Okay.
So maybe if we get somebody cool.
Oh, cool. Then I'm just gonna take a vape hit then.
Yeah, go ahead, man. Do it up. We'll sit here and smoke and vape. That would be
Chill out, Zach. Ooh.
that would be we were talking too at work the other night. This falls in line with today's talk. And they were talking about, yeah, scientists are they may make a dinosaur soon. I'm like, yeah, you know how bad that would be?
Probably shouldn't.
Yeah, like, okay, what if they make it and a T-Rex gets loose?
Well, here's the thing, though. If you make it, you kind of have to be like, immediately shoot it in the head.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
like,
But I mean, with our weapons and, all of our technology and stuff today, I'm pretty sure we may be able to take out a T-Rex quick.
well, it's gonna be like, oh yeah, like,
But
yeah.
Better yet, what if somebody finds out that they're making the T-Rex
As
and
a
then
weapon.
steals it?
Oh yeah,
Steals it to use it as a weapon.
yeah.
Lets a T-Rex loose in downtown LA.
Or like Jurassic Park 2, San Diego,
Yeah, San Diego or Rome.
Rome. Yeah,
T-Rex versus the Pope. Would you buy tickets?
yeah,
Fuck yeah.
yeah. Well, yeah. Imagine a T-Rex would get a few people, but then like we got guns.
Yeah,
and
helicopters.
it'd be
bombs,
taken down pretty
drones.
quick. Yeah.
Yeah, one guy, he's like, fuck, we got drones, we're good. And I'm
Yeah.
like, well, I don't know. How big were T-Rexes? Pretty damn
Pretty
big.
big, but yeah, like I said, it'd get a few people.
I mean,
Yeah.
you gotta believe in dinosaurs to believe in that, though, so.
Yeah.
And I do. I don't know, man.
You believe in dinosaurs? That's good, Nick.
I do. I think so. I think all these people that made their life's work as paleontologists, I think that is I think there's some validity to it. Now, back when they were just putting any kind of bones together and whale bones and trying to outdo each other and get more scientific credibility
Yeah.
and making up dinosaurs way back when, the Dino Wars or Bone Wars.
Bone Wars.
Yeah, I don't think that was legit. Obviously not, as it was proven not to be. But some of the other stuff. And I went to, do they have any replicas or partial fossils, replicas in the Smithsonian? I'm not sure. I went down there, I saw.
I haven't been there in, well, like 15 years or so, man.
Yeah, it was a field trip. And
Yeah.
I wish I'd been older when I went. I hate all the field trips that I went on to interesting places as a kid. Yeah, I wish I'd remembered them, but I can't. I just don't remember that type stuff. Let's look it up, people. Dinosaur in Smithsonian. There we go. Ooh, Smithsonian's new fossil hall to open June 8th, 2019. So they're getting some fossils. T-Rex has returned to the museum, blah, 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 blah. 31,000 square foot fossil hall opening June 8th, 2019. So there you go. We're close to, where is this? DC?
Yeah.
So we can go see some fossils, dude. Like dino fossils. I'm all about it. We can pretend to be cavemen. Oh, wrong mouse. Wrong mouse. I'm like,
I was wondering what you were doing
yeah,
over
why
there.
is it not moving? I don't know. I just can't imagine. I can imagine life like that. But
You can get a kind of an idea, I guess.
kind of probably not know the difficulties and not know how easy some of it was. Not saying that life was a breeze, but I think it would be easier to be them than to be us and then go back to that. Giving up all this stuff. I definitely wouldn't want to lose tech.
No.
And then go back to that Stone Age.
Yeah,
Come on,
that
you
sucked.
kidding me? Battling it out. We would definitely be tribing up.
Oh, you for sure.
Do you think cavemen dealt with PC? You know, like
No, you don't got time for
there
that.
was no woke caveman.
No,
Is that
you,
what you're
you
saying?
ain't got no time for that.
Cave women, woke
No,
cave women.
no time for that.
No, you're trying to survive,
Yeah.
eat, make fire, invent fire, invent. Woo.
And then make fire.
Well, obviously, I don't want to say it. You know, I already said it, but the one who came up with fire, that clearly woke. They're on the wagon. I'm not going to discredit that guy.
All right, that guy's fine.
Uh-huh. All right, man. So that's about all I had for today's show. I did ask you off the air about Monster Hunter.
Yeah, I have not played it since we talked last.
Yeah, that's
too many other games have come out.
right.
But if you get it, I'll play it. I just don't have. I'm playing solo. That's the thing.
That's what I dug about those games, though, on the PSP. Was
Yeah,
the
teamwork.
the teamwork, the crafting,
Yeah.
leveling up.
Granted, like I said, this Monster Hunter is the easiest one to like because people can pop a flare in the mission and then people can just join.
Oh,
Yeah, so like you can still play with people, but it's better to play with people you know.
what do I have the option to play that on? I have PC, Xbox,
One?
360.
No.
Won't play.
No.
Bastards.
PC's your only avenue then.
Is my stuff gonna run it?
I don't know.
I'll look it up later.
Yeah.
Anyhow. What was... Oh, we'll discuss this on the air. Anybody that watches this, if you'd care to leave a comment, please do, if you want to answer my question. For the Christmas show, one of the things I come up with, and this is to Tim and everybody, Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. Is that the one where the three ghosts visit?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to try and do...
Ebenezer Scrooge.
Yeah, do a
Yeah,
retelling of that and change the whole objective, like not like this is what...
Okay, well, if you and me can get together, like
Yeah.
a evening before that, we can write something out. That'll be pretty funny.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I want to do.
Yeah.
I want to turn it from...
Because my writing is all funny.
I want to turn it from a heartwarming or cautionary to heartwarming tale to like a comedy, maybe a little bit of tragedy.
We'll see.
Whatever.
We got to talk.
We're going to add some funk and some soul to Christmas.
I like that idea. I'm down for that. Yeah, man.
We're going to get some wigs, wear them for the show.
Powdered wigs?
You know, like big fros and
Oh,
70s clothes.
you can do that, and I'll wear a powdered wig. How
Get
about that?
No, I brainstorming. That's my best idea yet for the Christmas show.
I like it.
If anybody else wants to hear A Christmas Carol, is that the official name?
I think so.
Retold by the ASE cast
Yeah.
and some other people.
If we can get 'em.
If we can get them. Let us know. Leave a comment, please. Send an email, antisocialexp@gmail.com.
If you got a carrier pigeon, we'll take that too.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. They didn't have no communication was within your group.
Oh, well, if you had horses, that was pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I know other people talked about this. The guy that went to the people that have him in contact and got shot up.
Yeah.
Come on, dude. Was it the one trying to get him into?
Christianity, yeah. Convert them.
No, man, don't do it.
Somebody else had made like peaceful contact with them, but they were throwing them like coconuts and food.
Yeah.
And, like that's
I
how
was
you,
just gonna say that.
yeah, you gotta like. That's not the way you come into that situation. Yeah.
Somebody. It's already been said, but I ain't gonna steal their line. But yeah, if you're throwing them Bibles,
They want coconuts.
yeah, give them something else with it,
Yeah.
man. Twinkies, I don't care.
Twinkie, yeah.
Some
yeah.
Hostess, Little
Yeah,
Debbie.
Now we're
Something.
talking. Now we're thinking, man.
Add some sweet to the
Oh,
Bible.
dude, they would, dude, they wouldn't even know what to do with refined sugar.
No,
No,
no, they'd be buzzing.
they'd be buzzing.
Refined sugar would be like crack
Yeah.
to everybody else. Probably.
Well, actually, you ever read
Or
the Dark Tower?
yes,
Stephen
I
King?
have. Yes, which one?
Book. I think it's in book 2. It's like when it's book 2 when Roland's on the beach all fucked up, and he's jumping into like into Eddie's world and body. To, like,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
He brings like Coca-Cola back, and he's like, "Whoa." Yeah, he's like,
Yeah.
"Whoa."
Yeah, I remember that very faintly.
Yeah.
My best memory of the Dark Tower is when they were stuck on Blaine answering riddles.
Yeah, we've talked about that. That's a good
Yeah,
part.
that was a good part.
I'm on book 5 still, man. I'm on the
Have
Wolves
you,
of the
you've
Color.
not read through them all?
I'm on Wolves of the Color.
Dude, you will dig it.
No, like the next book I hear, like towards the end of this book and the next book from people I've heard who've read it say is where it starts to get drawn out and all that.
It does.
Yeah.
Yes. And the movie did it no justice. You can't.
The movie. Okay, I know how it ends. I have to finish reading it, but like people have told me how it ends.
Right.
So okay, spoilers, spoilers, spoilers,
If you haven't read the Dark Tower series or seen the movie,
spoilers.
yes.
That's your last warning. So okay, so you know how it ends. Did you read the whole series?
Most of it.
Do you know how it ends? Like he gets to the Dark Tower, meets the dude, finds out like it was all for naught. It's on a cycle. His honor didn't matter and all that. And
Correct.
Roland kind of like bitches out at the end, kind of like
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
And then the last line is the first line. He then again goes chasing the man in black across the desert.
Right.
The movie is the next cycle. It's not.
Okay.
It's not a retelling. It's the next part.
Oh, okay. So the
Because
movie starts after the books.
on the next cycle.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So, and that's the thing. If you can notice because it's like an Easter egg.
Why did I not notice
Okay.
that?
Well, here's the thing. They don't tell you. You have to you have to know from the books. Okay.
Sons of bitches.
I'm gonna fucking tell you how you know if you shut up.
Yeah, but
Nick.
they should have told me
Well,
so I
no,
knew.
no,
I got to
no,
rely
no,
on my
no.
friend to tell me?
You got to rely on your own noodle or your friend or the internet, like I found out.
Okay. Okay. All right, let's hear it, man.
So, okay, you know how like throughout the series, in that time, like in that cycle throughout the books, Roland lost the horn.
Right, right.
He didn't have it. Like they even mentioned like it wasn't in his bag in the first book. You know, like from the very beginning, they're like he doesn't have the horn. It's noted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
When you watch it this time, he has the horn.
Okay,
So it's the next cycle, and he has the horn on this cycle.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, because see, I thought they were trying to cram all that content into one movie, and I'm like,
no. It's the next. It's like book 8, basically.
well, it goes.
Yeah.
I'm going to look this up to be
Yeah.
official.
Dude, check it.
Okay, the Dark Tower series. I thought there was way more books than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Of course.
There's 7, and then there's 8. There's like 7, and then there's like one that's like 4.5 that came out after. And then
9.
there's all the graphic novels. And then there might be another book, yeah. That I
Yeah,
wasn't
9
remembering.
books
Yep.
that I'm counting. Wow. Dark Tower. Okay, they're in some bogus order.
You lost your cord.
I did. Ooh, I don't want to
back.
move that too much. I'm gonna have to figure that out. So, they're in some bogus order, going by the years. Boy, if I have to decipher this.
No, because like book 4.5 came out after all the other. Like it's confusing, dude. Some of them came out after the original 7.
Right.
That's why it looks
but
weird.
the first book was
in the 70s or something. Yeah.
The Gunslinger.
Yeah.
Okay, so The Gunslinger, then The Dark Tower 2.
Yeah, like there's a big gap between a lot of the books.
What was Wastelands? The Wastelands was my favorite.
Yeah, that's book 3.
Book 3. By far my favorite, but hey, that's me. So, and you figured that out with the internet and by watching.
I
Boy,
didn't see the movie yet.
You didn't see the movie?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm just into the lore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so much that takes place in those books that you could make movies totally independent of it that aren't even related to the books.
Yeah, true.
Like, people, get on that content. I want to see some of the stuff. If you were going to make a movie or a series of movies out of books, or either redo or something that hasn't been done, anything that comes to mind? I know that's a tough question, man.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I'd have to think about that.
Because up until Peter Jackson came along and did the Lord of the Rings, like I remember reading.
There might have been like an animated thing or something. There might have been something kind of like, but not good. I think.
Right,
Yeah.
there was old stuff, but he blew it out of the water with that.
Yeah.
I remember reading it when I was younger, and I'm like, wow, this would be a great movie. And lo and behold, years later, we got those movies.
I would really have to think about that, dude.
Like, I would love to see the Dark Tower, the series made
The
into.
whole-
Yeah.
Dude, that would be. You'd have to do it like a TV mini series. You couldn't
Yeah,
do it
well,
a movie.
kind of like like It Was Done, or
Like you could Netflix it.
what was the one with the plague going on?
I forget.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not a huge Stephen King fan. Like I'm not saying I've just haven't. I've really The Dark Tower is all I've read of his.
The Stand. Sorry, there you go, people. The Stand. Stand is a crazy book, and it's super long. But anyhow, safe to say it. Both Tim and I, whether we're back in the Paleolithic era, this is tough words for me, people. Big words, too tough. Back then or today, we're not going to be ghost hunters. But hey, if you want to do it, go ahead, and we will. We will enjoy the show. And with that, I am out of content for the day. I just wanted to, go into the, I can see how they started believing the stuff, and thinking, oh, wow, how was this world created? Maybe it was put here, whatever. Then religion coming about, and without expanding, you're going on and on and on about it, and having to look up everything. Today's whole topic. This was just like supernatural. How did that come about? How did people start believing that? And that's where today's show came from.
It's me. I liked it.
What's that?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I did, man. It sucks. This guy.
Like I
man,
said, you had to lead it, man.
Send us Halls, Ricola.
Lozenges, yeah.
Lozenges, lots.
Yeah.
He needs them.
Mm-hmm.
Does honey help sore throat?
Yeah.
Yeah. Get some honey, man.
Oh, get some honey.
Get some honey. All right. I'm gonna close out. So, like we said, leave a comment, send an email, smoke signal,
Pigeons.
Yeah, carry pigeons. Let us know. Christmas Carol, I think, is what I'd like to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's a classic story. Most people have seen it, heard it, been told about it at some point. I think we could hopefully put a little comedy in it, and change some of the ghosts, whatever.
Yeah.
And get some more people on board with it.
We'll do it up, man.
I just got this super sexy dude on screen right under you and beside me.
Yeah, man. Look at him. Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyhow, short show today. We are a man down, Aaron.
Well, we're like 1.5.
Yeah. We're 1.5. Tim's sick. Aaron is working.
Yeah.
So, and I will be there soon.
Mm-hmm.
And that's about it.
French fried potatoes.
French fried potatoes.
I can say that because my voice is good for that right now. One more time. I'll do it really clear.
Who is that? Ron White?
No, that's Sling Blade, Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
French fried potatoes. There we go. That was a good one.
All right. So, Christmas show coming up. Stay tuned for that. We're killing it at 40, Tim.
I'm fine with that.
And anybody that made it for the live stream today, and when you hear the actual audio version, if you listen to that, you heard the full royalty-free intro song at full speed, the right way to hear it, and everything today. So,
Enjoy.
Good news. I don't really have anything to end on, but we're going to use the old outro.
There you go.
Have a good week, people.
Later.